money. Investing into Pokemon cards is something that is really hard to put your finger on, because in my opinion it's one of those things that a lot of people do actually do. Like, it's very well known that if you go into your mom's or your mother's basement and you find old Pokemon cards, there's a pretty big chance you actually can get a pretty decent penny out of it. Like, investing into Pokemon cards is such a weird thing to explain. But the fun part is, I literally made a magazine about it. For school, for my last year of college, I had my final test. I'm a graphic design student, or at least I was. So I made a magazine about, Pokemon cards. It's called Ripped. It's a beginner's guide on Pokemon cards. And it also talks a little bit about investing as well. So yeah, the fun part is that, it's actually pretty easily explainable. But for that, I actually am going to talk a little bit here. Like, the next coming minutes of this video are literally just me rambling about investing. And then at the end of this video, I'm actually going to show the investments that I made from my last video, which is like an annual video I do around October or so, where I show you my yearly investments, and obviously from this point onward. Every single YouTuber asks about likes and subscribers and all that stuff. I usually do it at the end of my videos because I feel like that's just a better watching experience, but the problem is that most people don't reach the end of my videos, which is no problem obviously, but that makes it so that nobody really actually hears that plug. If you enjoy the videos that you're seeing, I would really appreciate a like on the videos, and if you see yourself returning often, I would really appreciate a subscription, and please go watch my last video. It's actually a pretty fun video that performed decent, but I feel like it's a video that a lot of you are actually going to enjoy. So you can click in the annotation right now, or you can go to the link in the description, or just click on my channel, whatever. Pokemon cards, I feel like there are two very important principles to always keep in your mind. Number one, Pokemon cards are not a very good investment. If you're going to compare it to other investment opportunities that you can do with only a couple $100, it's just not the same. The example I want to give is the Arceus V figure collection. I have a couple of them in my collection, and I honestly think it checks every single box in terms of what is important in investing, which we're going to talk about a little bit here. It is affordable. It actually has really good value, so it has really good packs for the price that you're paying for it. You get good extras. The promo card in there is actually really fantastic, and you only earn $14 of every single box. Technically, it's around $14. I bought it for around $26, and it's worth around $40 now. I think you can realistically sell it for $40. That means $28 earned in 1.5 years. You know what I mean? The thing with Pokemon card investing is that it's actually pretty, it's standard. It is pretty consistent. It's an option that, in my opinion, if you actually do decide on doing it, investing into Pokemon cards, that I just don't really think it's a terrible option. You're not going to lose that much money over it. I'm not going to act like I'm some sort of, wizard in terms of investing, but at least I know what I talk about because I actually enjoy it. The most important thing with Pokemon card investing is that you enjoy doing it. You enjoy doing the research. You enjoy doing the buying. If you don't like that, there are just going to be better options for you. Very simple. Pokemon card investing, you have two things that you can invest on, and that is cards, as you can see here, and products. It is as simple as that, and I'm going to show you the difference. You pretty much have two things that you can invest on into products. You have set-specific items. These are things that always come with the release of a set, and mainly only have one set inside of them and nothing else. Booster boxes, elite trainer boxes, 3-pack blisters, single pack blisters, stuff like that. It's very simple. You put all your eggs in one basket. If you are convinced of a set, 100% convinced, then that is going to be a good option. But the problem is that if it turns the other way around, or your investment isn't going as well as you thought it would be, then obviously you're going to lose all that money as well. The other one is pretty much the opposite. They're collection boxes that usually come with an extra thing, like a card or a pin or stickers or whatever the hell, and are boxes that always have at least two sets inside of them, like EX or V boxes, V Union boxes, ultra premium collection boxes, the biggest boxes, but obviously mini tins is pretty much the cheapest variant of that. With products, they are more consistent. The hype and the interest for a specific product is usually not very high. There's no personal connection. There's no reason to buy it other than to get the contents inside of it. It usually goes down over time, and it also goes up a little bit. It takes a long time before it actually goes up again, because there is no demand for a product. You only really buying it for the packs or the thing inside of it. With cards, it's different. Cards are more comparable to what stocks usually are. With cards, usually they're worth more than they probably should be worth. If Charizard gets a really cool artwork card in a big set, then we're obviously going to pay more for it than it actually should be worth, because people have a connection with Charizard. People like Charizard. Charizard is a popular Pokemon. It usually goes down heavily, and this is only in the case of like really popular cards, like cards you actually want to invest into. And it usually, stays at a certain price point. It usually just, goes up, goes down a little bit, like it's, not really much going on, and then it just skyrockets when it usually is like out of stock in stores, like when it's not printed anymore. This is obviously exaggerated, like obviously it doesn't go up that much, but this is just, to give people an easy example. I use a lot of pictures and photos of, websites. I can't show this. Like, I simply can't actually make this readable. Maybe if there's enough people who want to actually read it, because it is a pretty interesting read, I might try to, put it online or whatever, but honestly, I wouldn't count your chances. Let's just go actually look at the investments that I actually made this year. So I did make a video on this already, like I showed a couple things already, but literally 15 people saw it, and it's not a very good video. I just did it because I was desperate, because I hadn't uploaded in a very long time. So please ignore that video. This is technically, let me just say, the first time that I actually am going to show these products. Crown Zenith is a really interesting set to talk about, because Crown Zenith is very good. Matter of fact, it might be the best set ever made. It has the Galarian Gallery, which I think has 70 cards with special artworks. It actually has like a couple really big, like a Giratina and a couple, some of them like really big cards. But the problem is, it's just not very popular. It simply isn't. It's in one of those weird spots where it is really popular, but I feel like it's mostly going to be really popular among actual fans, like people who have been in the hobby for a very long time, and people who actually like actively collect. I have the Morpeko V-Union playmat collection, so you have a playmat in this. You have this absolutely amazing Morpeko V-Union card. If I got $1 for every single time Morpeko had a V-Union collection, I would only have $2, but it's still weird that it happened twice. You get 5 packs, you get an oversized V-Union and a collective Union card, and you get a playmat. I didn't pay for this. I'm pretty sure I got this for Christmas, so you're gonna have those products somewhere as well. There's one other thing I also got for Christmas, so let me just show that. Let me get that out of the way before we actually start with things I paid for. No, I am not joking. It's the Unknown and Lugia V Special Collection. And the fun part about this box is that it's very weird that it exists at all. Like, it is such a weird product, but I love it so much because it is so weird. You're seeing a box in front of you that has a normal card, it has an oversized card, it has a coin, and it has a pin. Why does this exist? I don't know, but I love that it exists. It's one of those cases. It's an interesting box. I love it though. Like, it's such a weird box. Like, why does this exist? But I'm happy it does. I promise, no more Crown Zenith. This was the last one. Yeah, okay, that's it. Sometimes you make those investments. Yeah, I saw this for a deal. I think it was $4 each, and that's $16. That is honestly not even that good of a price. Like, I think on average here where I live, you pay like $5.99 for each one, or like $6.99. So I guess it's like $1 or $2 less than what you can actually get it for. You shouldn't invest at all into Paradox Rift. Like, there are better sets right now, like 151 and other sets. They 100% will go up in price at one point, I'm sure. Yep. I also got this one, obviously. Yeah, I'm Dutch, so that's pretty much everything you need to know for the reason why I actually have this card. Yeah, it's really strange because this card was like, it was a really big card that was given out at the Van Gogh Museum if you like followed a tour or spend a certain amount of money in the merchandise store that was at the museum. And then like a scandal happened, like someone stole a box of like cards from the museum that was actually working at the museum. He was an employee. And I think Pokemon at that point just realized they should just put the card out at different toy store locations in the Netherlands. And then out of nowhere, when I walked into my toy store, I was greeted by this card. You can actually get it, I think, if you spend 30 euros, which say no more. Obviously, I was going to do that. And my lighting is still god-awful, so you can barely see this card. Let's actually get to things you can see. Like, I'm so sorry. This is my biggest recommendation for a set that you should invest into in the Scarlet and Violet era. Matter of fact, it might be my biggest recommendation, just point blank period. The thing with 151 is that it's a set that should not exist. Like, it really only exists because Scarlet and Violet is probably underperforming in sales. We're also going to get like a Team Rocket set this year or at the beginning of next year. I have a hard feeling actually like 100% getting into this as a fan. This is the booster bundle, literally just 6 packs, really interesting product. I will probably make a video about the booster bundle one day because it's such a fascinating product. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about it. That's just what it is. It's really cool. 151 is a good set. 2019 was an absolutely fantastic year for Pokemon cards, like legitimately one of the best years ever, and I am not kidding when I say that. Like, I mean that. And this is the best shiny set ever made, and it also is from 2019. Yeah, Hidden Fates is unarguably the best shiny set in terms of value, at least. This is a very good tin. It is the Hidden Fates Charizard GX tin. That's pretty much what it is. Fun part with this tin is that it actually got, I think, 2 reprints, which means that it got like reprinted and re-released like twice, which is quite insane because it released, I think, around the summer of 2019, and the last time that it was reprinted was somewhere in 2021, which is almost two years later. So yeah, you can recognize it by the fact that the plastic ends here. So yeah, this is the third reprint, or the second reprint, so the third version of this tin. I think I paid $60 for it, which is obviously more money than you should pay for a 4-pack tin, but it's Hidden Fates. I firmly believe in Hidden Fates. This is the most interesting item I have invested into. It simply is. So Team Up is obviously a tag team set, also from 2019. Team Up is ridiculously expensive. The most expensive card is obviously the alternate art version of the Latias and Latios card, which is like $1,000, like without like ungraded. Yeah, you get one Team Up pack. It's a single pack blister with this phenomenal Pikachu promo card. I think you also have a Mimikyu variant, and then they're obviously swapped in positions. I think, pretty sure I paid $55 for it, or 55 euros, I think I should say, which is whatever, but it's a really interesting investment for the future, and it's just fun to talk about. That's what I'm gonna end the video on this note. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you really enjoyed what you just saw, I would really appreciate a like on the video. If you see yourself returning often, I would really appreciate a subscription to the channel. Every single 9 days will be a new video. You can click on the last video that I made right now. Thank you for watching.